What is going on today, guys? Pyre Records back with another video, and this time I'm going to be doing my very first set of PMC loudspeakers. These are the PMC Result6, which is a 6.5-inch two-way monitor with a doped fiber cone, which is not the same thing as like a treated paper cone. It's like, it's got this like doping material on it. Like I've heard these speakers a few times, and they're actually, for the price, probably my favorite two-way monitors I've ever heard. Like ATCs, I mean, they're good. You can't go wrong with a pair of ATC SCM20 or SCM19 or something, which, I mean, those are really amazing two-ways. But the thing I really like about PMC is this dedication to trying to get the low frequency response to be good. There is something called an ATL, which is an advanced transmission line enclosure, which is this is what PMC is known for. They do these crazy transmission lines. I've always been a fan of PMC stuff. We got the PMC 6s here. Vintage Studio sells these. You can go to their website, VintageStudioThailand.com. Thank you guys so much for having me once again. Seriously, it's cool that we get to do another video together. But anyway, yeah, link in the description to my first video I did here, guys. Thank you guys so much for tuning into Pyre Records. Please like, comment, subscribe, and hit the bell icon so you don't miss a beat, guys. This is Pyre Records, and this is the PMC Result6. So we are going to be getting them out of the box, but before I do, I wanted to just talk a little bit about my computers. So as you know, there was some pretty interesting things that happened about my computers. And well, let's just say that as soon as I gave back what didn't belong to me, I got my computers back the way they should be. But anyway, on the note of these monitors, let's bust them out. We have a 100-watt 6.5-inch driver and a 65-watt tweeter soft dome, which is more than enough power, honestly, for most monitoring applications from near field to midfield. These are going to be the B set. Shout out to Ex Machina Soundworks for providing me the main monitors, but this is a other perspective that I wanted to have in my studio. So we got these bad boys, which at 99,000 baht are currently on discount. Normally 110,000 baht, but they're on discount, which is approximately $2,700. That's about what you pay for these. Let's break this guy out. It says, it says, congratulations. You have joined the elite. As you can see here, I like how PMC makes you feel special. They got the whole shebang here. It's really nice. I definitely want to be considered one of the elite, or at least feel like it. It's like music is subjective, but I think the most important thing here is these bad boys. I'm gonna be really careful with these damn scissors. So inside the box, you get your user guide here. Has a lot of basic information that you may or may not know about these. It has a 2-year warranty, which is cool. That's not a crazy amount of time, but I mean, this is the probably base model PMC for studios that they make. So this is like, look, this is not a slouch. This is a $3,000 speaker. So it's an expensive speaker. There's no cheap PMCs. They're all high end. It comes with a user guide. It comes with all the important, warranty card, all that stuff. Talking about acoustic access and bass response. So yeah, it does some basic listening boundary techniques and all this stuff. But anyway, if you want to learn more, go to my Patreon and you can see more bonus stuff. But yeah, it comes with the manual. We only have to go through this once. And of course, 2 different power cables, which is cool because you've got one for European and Asia, and then you've got one for the US plugs. So I'm assuming that these have switching power supplies, which allows them to operate on different voltages. But anyway, let's put this on top of the table here. As you can see, they come wrapped in plastic. Looks really spiffy, man. Look at that little guy. Looks pretty good. Would you just take a look at that setup? Wow, it's a really cool looking PMCs right there, the full 4. You got the PMC 6 and the PMC Result 6. So we're gonna power these on for the first time and Got something special that I made just for this video. So here we go. There's chords. Wow. These are really, really amazing speakers, man. Like, they just have this like depth to them that's not really common in two-way speakers. Like, they have like a really, really wide sweet spot. Like, it's similar to the Ex Machinas. I think it's got something to do with this tweeter wave guide. But like, you sit over here, you still hear it as if it kind of like right in front of it. Like, it's got like a really wide sweet spot. And the bass, it's very like percussive. It's very tight, but it's a ported box. Like, it's a transmission line. So the port that actually you can feel air coming out is right here, which is strange that they would put a grill over it. But I mean, I'm not PMC. I'm not a freaking, I didn't make these, so I don't know exactly everything. But they've got this really, really interesting composite enclosure that I really like. And it's got these rubber things on the sides here that's really, really cool. I really, really like them. They're really, really good. It's definitely like a B reference. Like, let's just be real. The Ex Machinas, these can't get close to those. Like, you're not gonna. Like, I mean, even the big PMCs, to be honest with you, I thought the Ex Machinas were something I preferred more of. But this is a great secondary reference. Like, I can hear it differently now. You know, I'm not hearing it the same way that I've heard it with the Ex Machinas. This is a completely new perspective. So you get this B set as a perspective that you don't normally hear. But anyway, I think that about wraps up just the unboxing portion. I'm gonna take these to the studio now, put them next to the Ex Machinas, and we're gonna see what it looks like, and we're gonna listen to them more. But anyway, guys, thank you so much. This is Pyre Records. Please subscribe and download the app. It's coming out soon. Thank you, guys, and have a wonderful day. So we are back at the studio. Really is incredible that I can say that this gear is here right now. Like, this is, I mean, my basically, like, I have like amazing B monitors and amazing A monitors. Like, it's basically like, this is probably one of like the best like combinations you can get, because these just sound so different from the Ex Machina. Obviously, you can't compare these to these, and you can't compare these to these. You know, these are completely different, but that's why these are here. These are a completely different representation of the way that the music should be. Like, these have a really, really, really meaty mid-range and low end. Like, it's very like I said in the Vintage Studio, it's like a nice, fat, thick piece of steak that you bite into, like the beefiness. Like, that's what you get with the low end with these, you know, like the transmission line, T-line enclosures are really, really brilliant design. They're one of the nicest two-ways that I've heard, at least for the price. Like, you could get, thinking what other two-ways, I mean, like I said, ATCs, but I mean, those are even more expensive. I like these more than ATCs. Like, if you really want to step up from these, you go to the PMC 6s. I mean, but like, that's trying to do what these do, which these are still better. I mean, these are like its own thing, you know? My first PMC thing I've ever owned. I mean, pretty incredible stuff. But anyway, guys, I'm gonna do some listening, and I'm gonna give my final thoughts. I'm gonna listen to a bunch of different kinds of music, and then I'm gonna give my final thoughts. Thank you so much for tuning into the PMC Result6 unboxing and review from me, Don Butch, and owner and founder and creator of Pyre Records. But anyway, guys, thank you so much. I'm gonna do some listening, and we're gonna find out. A resounding thank you so much to everybody who is still watching. Appreciate everybody who's tuning into my videos. But I just wanted to give, now that I've had some time with them, and also I know everybody saw the clickbait video that I made of the speaker falling. So I wanted to kind of talk about that as well in regards to these. So the most durable speaker, the most durable two-way monitor on the market in more ways than one. You know, accidents happen, you know, gotta learn to laugh at yourself. I mean, I'm not perfect, as you guys can see. You know, people make mistakes sometimes, and I didn't let that, you know, completely ruin my day or ruin my video. In fact, I wanted to add a note about this piece of gear because of that. So absolutely no real damage occurred, except this corner got a little bit of a crack, but it didn't affect the sound. And so what I'm saying is, if these fall off your desk or they fall off a stand, it's not going to destroy them. You know, it's going to affect maybe the physical a little bit, but it's not going to break it. So that's a good actual testament to PMC, the fact that the sound is completely unchanged. There's nothing wrong with it. It works great. They look beautiful. There's no issues. There was some residue that they came from the factory with, or they told us humidity, but that just wiped right off with a microfiber cloth and some just water, no cleaning solutions, no solvents, just kind of a moist towel or moist cloth to clean it. So if it comes with that white residue, you can just wipe that off. It's not damage to the surround. It's not anything. As you can see, they are perfectly clean and they look fabulous. But anyway, let's talk about the sound outside. They have a very, very like sensual, like saturated sound in the highs, and some would say that they are a bright speaker. But you know, brightness is detail sometimes. Detail is kind of bright. So they're kind of trying to make it sound more detailed. Like I was noticing things in these when I was listening to some other music. Like I was listening to Midnight Sadness by Bezomorph. And I was listening to SR71 right now. I was listening to like a bunch of rock records. I was listening to like some dubstep, like Barely Alive. I listened to his whole EDC set on there. I was listening to, you know, David Guetta, Say My Name, and my whole album, of course. You know, I listen to a lot of music, like that's easy listening, you know, a lot of different kinds of music. These are really amazing speakers to listen to music with if it's got like female vocals. Like these, they just have this like tonality. But here's the downside of these is that they can be very, very fatiguing to listen to if you are listening to very, very bright sounding music. The high end is really, really exaggerated a little bit. It's very, very forward. From like 3,000 hertz up, it's got a very, very present sound. Like it sounds like they are hyped in the high end 100%. But like some people, I mean, for me, I like it. You know, I actually like them for listening to music, just chilling. Definitely an upgrade from the Pioneers that I was using in the other room. But like I take these into the other room, and when I'm laying down, you know, I'm just listening to music on them. I've been like breaking them in, and I've been listening to like everything I can think of. You know, I got like my whole title library. I was listening to like Wax Motif, like a bunch of house music. Like, you know, I listened to so many, even country. Like I can't remember. Someone sent me a link, but I like to listen to everything, including my own music, when I'm like demoing a speaker. You've probably noticed that. Like I'm playing rock music. I'm playing like even some hip hop, you know, what do you call it? Like J. Cole and whatever, like just to listen, you know. There's that, of course, that new tune that came out that everyone's playing. That's like the diss track, you know. I heard so much different stuff on here. They are a shining example. No pun intended, a shining example of what a two-way monitor should be. I usually don't like soft dome, but I feel like this isn't just your regular old soft dome tweeter. Like it's something a little more. So no DSP at all. It's a completely analog two-way. You know, it's all going off of amplifier and crossover, and T-line box, and it's like an analog. It's a true analog two-way. It's really fancy. Like it's got the doped cone, It's got the composite box, it's got the T-line, it's got the... Basically, this is going back to essentials. A biamped loudspeaker. A biamped, no fancy digital signal processing, no fancy anything. You know, just, it is fancy though. It's got the composite enclosure, it's got the special woofer, it's got the special like tweeter waveguide stuff, it's got the, you know, transmission line, it's got, you know, like, anyway, like basically like about 400-ish watts. These things get rowdy. I mean, they get loud enough to where they have a clipping light that comes on right here when you're pushing them too hard. There's a little red LED. Don't ask me how I know that. But I cranked them, you know, I really, after I broke them in a little bit more, I cranked them a little louder, and, you know, I'll put it to you this way. You cannot listen to these at volumes like that because they begin to actually hurt your ears. Like they are sibilant. They are not flat sounding to me. Let's just say this, for $3,000, there might be other speakers out there that are better, potentially. Like I have not heard the Footprint 03s, but I didn't really like, the Barefoots are really good, okay? But like, I already had those, you know? I already experienced those. I had multiple pairs of Barefoots. I had the MM45s, you know, I used the Mini Main 12s. I used the freaking MM27s, you know, they had the MM27s in the studio when I was in Atlanta. So in short, I think that the two-way design with biamps, no DSP, it's a really, really timeless, classic, no frills approach to loudspeakers. Get these as a B set and use it to tune drums. The ultimate drum tuning speakers. Like if you want to, like you're tuning your cymbals, you're mixing and you're making sure that there isn't something poking out at you in like the highs. These do a really good job. You know, these are exaggerated in that. Like I'm saying, they're a little sibilant. Just being completely real here. They are a bright speaker. They are very, very bright in like the 3,000 and up. You know, it sounds they're brilliant, bright, shimmering sounding highs, you know, but at the same time, they're not like artificial. But anyway, this is the PMC Result6. Coolest two-way box I've ever encountered and the most durable. These things can, you know, it's not gonna, you know, like I said, they can take a couple of tumbles and it's not gonna break them, you know, like it's worth the money because it's durable, it lasts, it's gonna survive a couple of hits and it's not gonna break them, you know. It's a very, very capable piece of gear. But anyway, this is Pyre Records. This was the PMC Result6 review and unboxing. Thank you so much to everybody, and thank you to Vintage Studio. Shout out my Lord and Savior, Jesus Christ. Thank you so much to him as well for everything. Anyway, guys, thank you so much. Please subscribe. Appreciate you guys. Thank you so much.